Hi everyone, it's Tara again, and I want to talk about filler. I want to talk about duck lips. I want to talk about cheeks. I want to talk about lots of things. And when I have serious conversations, my husband gifted me with a microphone because I asked him to get me one. And I wanted like the fancy clippy on ones, but this is what I've been provided. But I use my little mini mic when it's time to get really serious. But let's talk filler. And I want you to ask me questions, and I want comments, because no question's a stupid question. Frankly, stupid questions are my favorite. I don't always know the answer, but I try. And if I don't know, I find it. It's really important that within the land of fillers and aesthetics, your injector is up to snuff, is up to the newest research in new injection techniques. A lot of the decisions our clients come in with have been made by social media and celebrities, and I want this look. And that doesn't, I want to say 90% of the time, does not work. It might work to an extent, but it's art. I consider using filler as art. Filler has so many uses, and it's not just what I call the pretty stuff, which is, lips and enhancements to make things bigger and more plump. Filler can be used in so many different ways to help so many different people for so many different reasons. The filler that I love the most for lips, that is most common, we use the Teoxane brand here. RHA2 is one of my favorites for lips, but there are tons of brands out there. Every injector has their preference, has done their education. I've used this one for quite a while, so I've gotten to know it really well. And you just kind of learn how it works in your hands and how it goes into people's tissue and what works, what doesn't work. And that's kind of my little intro to filler. But there's lots of options, and you need to ask all the questions. Come with more questions than you thought necessary. And then you go from there. Your injector is semi-artist, so we want to bring symmetry. We want to bring beauty. We want to bring fullness to things that have lost those fat pads as we age. And this is gender non-specific, so men lose those fat pads as we age. Women lose them, and our bone density can change as well. We lose and gain weight, and when that happens, things are different. As well, hydration is a huge factor. So the most amazing thing about the filler that I use is that it's a hyaluronic acid. So we naturally produce hyaluronic acid, and we naturally break it down. That's why this particular filler doesn't stay forever. Are there some fillers out there that stay forever? Yes, there are. Do I recommend them? Not always. It just depends. If there's issues with them, there's a lot more of an extensive process to remove them. So I always recommend a hyaluronic acid filler because it also brings and pulls moisture. So hyaluronic acid pulls moisture towards it. So I have a lot of clients that get their lips injected and you wouldn't even know that they did, but they do it for the moisture. Ideally, once you have filler, you almost don't need lip balm. And in our northern climate, it's cold and it's dry. So dry. So I do have some clients that come in and just get a little half syringe all over fill, like very even, just to bring moisture to their lips and a little bit of fullness. Overall, you wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even know that it was done. But it keeps their lips from cracking and peeling and being dry. And so they just really enjoy how it feels. I do have some clients that love a really plump look. It's really important to me that lip filler is done slowly and properly. So I might have a client come in and say, I want a full syringe in my lips, and they've never had filler before. Ideally, unless you've had filler and we've had that tissue stretch and we've had that comfort with filler, I'll only do a half syringe at a time. We'll do a 2-week break to get some healing time in, see where things settle, see what you like, just because you decrease the risk of filler migration. Doesn't matter. We do our best to decrease all risks. That's part of our job. But filler migration happens. You don't always absorb all the filler over time. And if you continue to top up that filler over a few years, it's best to dissolve it all out or dissolve in some areas so that we can get the right look that you are going for. Duck lip, which is my favorite question, is how does it happen? Why does it happen? And it's just a little bit of filler migration, and the filler isn't, there's many techniques in putting in filler, and some are a bit different than others, and it can cause that look. I have some clients that love that look. It's not my place to decide what look they don't like or they do like. It's my place to make sure I can get them to something that they love. And if they don't like it or they have hesitations about it, we got to talk about it. I want to know what you don't like, why you don't like it, so that I can also not only learn, but I can also adjust it for you so you can walk out the door feeling amazing. And that is why I love what I do here. I'm able to take one client at a time and provide them some epic self-confidence. I can give them relief from dry lips. I can give them lots of different things. Filler can be used for scar management as well. You know, I know as a kid, our moms back in the day, 1980 something. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we were all rubbed together when one of us had chicken pox, and then all the neighborhood kids came over and we just got rubbed together so that we'd all have chicken pox. Thank the Lord for vaccines that I don't have to do that to my children. But back then it didn't exist. So there's a lot of facial chickenpox scars out there that I can help with. As well, there's, you know, sports injuries from being a kid. I have lots of male clients that come in that have a dent or a scar that they really don't like, or they wear a hat to hide it all the time. And a lot of times we're able to put filler in those areas and basically make it go away. Is it permanent? No. However, it can last anywhere from a year to a year and a half for most people. So it brings a lot of self-confidence to the table. And when we greet the entire world with our face all the time, it's important. I mean, take myself, for example. I'll get up my epic before and afters. Just maybe click here for my before and afters. And of my skin. I had really severe cystic acne before I started this journey into great skincare and aesthetics, and I wore a ton of foundation. I hated putting makeup on every day. I had huge, like, pus-filled pimples on my face that hurt. They were hot. It didn't matter what I did. It was awful. Now that I've learned a lot about skincare and what works best for cystic acne and many types of skin, I'm able to just bring that to not only myself, but the people that come to see me and that I care for. I have multiple different skincare lines because I also want to make sure that you can get great skincare no matter what budget you're on. But getting back to the filler combo, please ask me any question. I will do my best to help or settle your questions down. But regardless of whether you ask a question or not, no matter where you go or if that's something you're interested in, go. There's lots of places that offer free consultations like us. Sit down, go ask the questions, take a day, think about it, and make another appointment. It's a big investment for most people, and I think if that's something you're interested in, it needs to be done properly, and having open and honest communication with your injector is step one. But yeah, talk soon.